Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, we have something to talk about rather than pointless Twitter drama. And like waiting for a bus, you spend ages standing there with nothing happening, then all of a sudden you get 5 or 6 just come at once. Yes, we have the Wrath of the Lich King beta that's finally dropped, and the pre-order for Dragonflight is finally here.
Excellent.
More important, it has also given us an air quotation release date. Apparently no later than the 31st of December 2022. That's right, this year? So let's get into it. Now for starters, I just want to say apologies if in the background you can hear fans going. It's like 1,000 degrees here, and if I switch these fans off to do the commentary, I'm going to look like this.
I'm melting!
It's also worth noting that release dates are subject to change. The current release date is 31st of the 12th, 2022, but it is from the product requirements section of the pre-order. It is not cast in stone. It's not Blizzard coming out and saying, this, boom, is the release date. And to be fair, as we've seen with Shadowlands, even that can change. Yes, Blizzard are not immune from delays. Still, I will say it's nice to see that potentially we won't have to wait all the way until 2023. Although a lot of people are saying that wouldn't be a bad thing. Let's just make sure this is a good one.
Fuck it up this time.
But now, on with the good stuff. As is standard with Dragonflight, we have 3 variants of the digital edition. We have the base edition, the heroic edition, and finally the epic edition. So let's take a look at what we're going to get with each of these editions, starting with the base one. Now, of course, you're going to get access to the Dragonflight expansion, because it would kind of suck if you didn't. We're also going to get the Drax Pet. Now, side note, it has been stated in the notes that the Drax Pet will not be available after the release of Dragonflight. Now, I'm not sure whether this is just meaning it's not going to be available on the store, whether they're actually going to take it out of the editions after the release of Dragonflight, so you won't be able to get it again. I'm not entirely sure. It's a little bit vague. And then finally, with the base edition, we gain access to the Drakthir, the Evoker class. Not sure why this is even included. Surely that's just part of Dragonflight, but I suppose when you're charging people what is a hell of a lot of money for a base edition, when you already pay a subscription on top, you have to make it look like there is at least something in here. Now, there is one interesting point about the Evoker class. It states that it may be available before the launch of Shadowlands. And this likely means that if you pre-order Dragonflight, then when pre-patch arrives for 10.0, you will be able to play the Evoker before Dragonflight has officially landed. This is quite a standard thing. Normally in pre-patch we gain all the new talents, we gain whatever new kind of base game mechanics that have changed, and then obviously when we go into the expansion, we get all of the expansion style systems like Azerite armor and what have you. But let's move on to the heroic edition. We gain everything, of course, from the base edition, as you would expect, plus Dragonflight level character boost, taking you all the way up to level 60. This will only be available upon the launch of Dragonflight. And then we reach the good stuff. Probably, I would say the biggest reason, probably that and the character boost, that the people pick the heroic version over the base, and that is the mount. There always has to be a mount, and this is, I will say, quite a glorious one. I love how, if you look at the wings, are actually like oaken branches, and then the wings itself is all like leaf material. It's a really glorious mount. It's like a proper Ysera style mount. And finally, for heroic, speaking of glorious, we introduce Mercastraza. Yeah, it finally answers that question. I think all of us have been just dying. We've just needed it. Is what would happen if a Murloc and Alexstrasza had Whoopi?
Boy, that escalated quickly.
What's that? It was literally only me wondering that. We'll just cut this bit out. Just cut this out in editing. Okay, people don't need to know about that. This little pet is just really funky. I love this little one. It's not stated if this will be available separately, if you'll be able to buy this one on the store. But I will say, Mercastraza, It's a big thumbs up for me. I like all the little murky style pets, so yeah, this one's a big win for me. But now we have the big one, the Epic Edition. Does it live up to its name? This has, of course, everything the base edition has and everything that the Heroic Edition has, plus extra goodies. We have the Time Walker's Hearthstone effect. This is just what it sounds like. It's basically a new effect for when Hearthstoning. Okay, we're not up to a great start at the moment, but hang on. There's the Diadem of the Spellkeeper, headslot Transmog. Wondering what that means, or probably how it's pronounced, because that weren't right, I'm telling you that now. It is basically a lightly jeweled circlet, normally a crown, something like that. You know when you see those, like the Tudors or something like that on television, they got the very thin, like royal crown band across the top? That's what it means. This is not that, to be fair. It's a full face covering that glows. So yeah. Now, to the one bonus transmog in this set that I actually like. The Wings of Awakening, which is a backslot item that kind of gives you dragon wings. It comes in 5 different colours. If you remember I want to say it was the Haste Trinket from Wrathion in Nyalothar. I may be wrong about this. And it had the wings that would pop out. I think also there was a Warlock set that when you jumped, you were able to like bring out your little demoned wings. It's a similar style to that, although sadly, from what I've seen, I don't know if it's a bug, they're kind of rigid. They don't have like a flow to them, if that makes any sense. They kind of just stay there. If you look at the little like bone wings that you get with Maldraxxus, when you jump about, those wings jump. On my Death Knight, I'm a Venthir, so I have the little dagger backpack on mine. And when I jump about, those daggers move. It doesn't seem like these wings actually kind of flow or move. I may be wrong on that. I have not purchased the edition yet. It's just what I've seen running around Oribus and that. And finally, as reliable as gaining a mount from Heroic Edition, the Epic Edition comes with 30 days of game time.
That's all, folks.
Remember, no matter what version you purchase, you can always upgrade down the road when there's a sale on. Cuddles and I tend to always purchase each other the Heroic version, mostly for the mounts. That is, like, really it. I know that's mad, but that's what we like to do. But if you take a look at the current Blizzard sale that's on, I bought the Heroic version of Shadowlands, and I can upgrade to the Epic version, and it will only cost me £10 now. So that's worth keeping in mind, because these prices, to me, seem really high for what we're getting. But outside of that, it's your money. Do with it as you will. Buy the version that you want to get. If you want to get the base version, then upgrade down the road. All good. But hey, you got cash to burn in the current market? Why not go and get yourself the Heroic or the Epic Edition? Hell, if you got some serious money, why not get the Hard Edition?
Hello there.
Oh, it's called the Physical Collector's Edition. Okay, point taken. Thank you for that. This comes with all of the Epic Edition digital content. Plus, you get the art book for Dragonflight, an Alexstrasza mousepad, and Dragonflight 5-pin collector's set. Now, Blizzard have said, because obviously there's a chance that you will not receive your physical copy when launch happens. If that is the case, and you have so much money to burn, you can buy a digital copy of Dragonflight. And when you finally receive your physical copy, and you put in the code for your Epic Edition, then they will refund you whatever cost it is for the version. But it's going to be credited back to your Blizzard account, so keep that in mind. It is at least some alternative. Now, I will say, I will hold my hands up and say I was wrong, big style. Sadly, there is no beta access with pre-order.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
And I'm hoping now, because we have at least a limited time until release, they're just going to say, look, everybody's welcome. Just make it a free-for-all. Just get huge chunks of player base in, because we do not have a lot of time now. This is going to be, we are basically supposedly 6 months out, and there is no, and I mean no, alpha, beta even on the horizon from what we can hear. There's nothing coming out from Blizzard. Now, the beta for Wrath of the Lich King's just come out. Does that mean we're going to see Dragonflight soon? I'm going to guess a lot of the top streamers hope not, because they want to do the beta for Wrath of the Lich King. So that means we could potentially have, what, another month to wait? That's a ridiculously short alpha beta time frame that we've got now. We need all hands on deck to make sure that this launches right. You can only look at Shadowlands and you can see the delays, the issues that were caused have all snowballed into the fact that now we are basically scrambling to get Dragonflight out and in our hands because there is nothing coming now for Shadowlands. But I will say, this is good. This is good stuff. We've got information on the pre-orders. As I say, the alpha or the beta for Wrath of the Lich Kings here. Keep the information flowing, Blizz. Feel free to tease with some more of the talent builds or information about crafting new UI options. Don't care what it is. Just talk to us. Keep us informed of what's going on and how we can help in that process. I'm just happy that we're talking about Dragonflight at last. It feels like a long time since we had some new information. And in the current drought we're certainly going into, every little crumb is like a full-blown giant vat of stone soup that I can just gorge upon. But that's enough for me. I'm slowly melting and I need to go and have a cool bath or shower or something. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe. That is not a mental image you needed. And I will catch you all in the next video. Laters, everyone.